Welcome to the Ultimate Weapons Guide for Apex Legends. With this guide, I'll be covering weapon statistics, recoil patterns, and I will provide you with game-changing tips that are going to help you to win more games in Apex Legends. My channel is all about improving you at Apex Legends, so if you want to see your name on that championship banner more often, make sure you subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's hop right into this Ultimate Weapons Guide. Now, with the start of Season 11, we received a brand new SMG. So first up, let's talk the newly added SMG, the CAR. The CAR SMG is a unique weapon in the game. It is the only firearm capable of using two ammunition types. It is a full automatic weapon with no alternative fire modes. However, it can switch between heavy and light ammo by switching magazines on the fly. In order to change between light ammo or heavy ammo, you need to press the change fire mode button, which is left on the D-pad for controller. Also, keep in mind that the CAR SMG is extremely versatile because it will be able to take either light extended magazines or heavy extended magazines, and this does not require you to use light ammo or heavy ammo respectively. For instance, you can use a heavy mag, but still use your light ammo. Now, the CAR has a rating of 930 rounds per minute. It has a 19 to 20 damage per shot to the head, 13 damage per shot to the body, and 10 to the feet. There are no significant differences between using light ammo or heavy ammo. Using either ammunition deals the same damage. Now, what's the best way to use the CAR SMG? The CAR has heavy recoil, which isn't strange for a submachine gun. It can be very challenging to control, so it's ideally used as a weapon for close quarters. Any legend can be viable for the weapon, but it will truly shine in the hands of legends that are able to close the distance quickly, like Octane or Ash. Now we're going to go over the recoil pattern for the CAR. Alright, so here is the CAR recoil control pattern without me holding anything. So the CAR, a lot like the R99, aggressively pulls up and then it moves left and then right towards the end. So the main thing you're going to want to do is to aggressively kind of hold your right stick down as you're firing. And then once you get towards the end of the clip, you need to counteract this left and right movement with your own legend. So while you're shooting, once you hear your clip is about to end, you're going to just go left, right, left, and then it's going to counteract that aim, and then you're going to be able to beam your target. So I'll show you guys here. So aggressively pull down on the analog, then left, right, left at the end of the clip. Pull down, left, right, left. Now guys, what do you think? Would you rather use the CAR SMG or the R99? From testing out in the firing range, the CAR SMG is a better gun than the R99, but they can be identical at a glance. They hold the same amount of base ammunition at 20 rounds, and they can both be fully upgraded to hold 27, but the CAR deals more damage than the R99, which makes those precious shots hit harder. The CAR also reloads much faster than the R99, no matter what stock level you have. In terms of versatility, the CAR can do everything the R99 can do, but better. The biggest advantage of the R99 is that it fires more rounds per minute than the CAR, but it's more difficult to control as to where the CAR is more balanced. I have the CAR as an A tier weapon in Season 11. Next up, let's talk the R99. This weapon has the highest fire rate in the game and reigns supreme for quite a long time early in the game's life as the most effective SMG in the game. But how does the R99 rate now in relation to the other weapons? The R99 is feared and coveted by a majority of Apex Legends players, rightly so, as the fastest firing gun in the game. This quick and deadly SMG is capable of tearing apart a fully armored opponent in less than a second, provided you hit your shots. Now the pros for the R99 is high damage per second, highest fire rate out of all the weapons, and small speed penalty when you're aiming down your sights. The cons for the R99 is the lowest damage per shot of all weapons, and has the highest recoil, and it only has a 1 times headshot multiplier at 37.5 meters. Players with poor aim might get punished more often by using the R99 rather than other weapons because of its ammo capacity and high fire rate, and then since it has such a high fire rate, players need to have a lot of ammo to use the R99. Now let's go over the R99's recoil control. Now with the R99, it does shoot faster than the car, so the pulling up is even more aggressive than the car SMG, so you're definitely going to need to pull down a little bit harder on the R99, and as you can see, it moves right and then left towards the end of the clip. So we need to kind of mirror that image, and how I try to think of it is while I'm firing the R99, I'm pulling down on my right analog, but then you do a semicircle left to counteract that first movement here. You do your semicircle left to counteract that, and then towards the end of the clip here, when you're getting to this part, you do a semicircle right. The R99's rate per minute is 1,080. The R99 does 17 damage to the head, 11 to the body, and 9 to the leg. This gun's DPS is 198 when the car's body damage is 202. I rate the R99 as a B tier weapon in Apex Season 11 and Season 12. After the R99, let's talk the Volt. This is like a mini devotion, and in many ways, it's an energy-based SMG with high DPS potential, but it guzzles energy ammo with its low magazine capacity and quick reload times. Nonetheless, it's a top-tier weapon in Apex Legends thanks to its rather amazingly low recoil, allowing you to beam enemies at unexpected distances for an SMG. I would say that the Volt has the best range out of any SMG in the game, which is the benefit for the Volt. You're able to use this at mid ranges and still do good damage. The Volt does 15 damage to the body, 23 to the head, and 12 to the legs. The rate per minute is 720 and the body DPS is 180. Now we'll go over how to control the Volt with its recoil pattern. Now this is the Volt SMG's recoil pattern. Now what's different about the Volt is you need to try and hold down, but towards the left at a left diagonal pattern with that right analog, and then towards the end you're going to get a little bit of a kick. So you're going to need to kind of adjust with that kick, with like what we did with the car SMG where you strafe left and right towards the end. So left diagonal hold and then strafe back and forth. I would give the Volt an A tier weapon rating as a tier list for SMGs. Now, how could we forget the Alternator, everybody's favorite? This is a supply drop weapon in Season 11. Now, in Season 11, it comes equipped in that supply care package with a barrel stabilizer that's purple, a gold extended light mag, a digi threat, and then the disruptor rounds hop up. Now, with the disruptor rounds, this does 220 body DPS, which is better than any other SMG in the game. The pros to the Alternator: it has easy to control recoil, high DPS against shields thanks to those disruptor rounds, tight hipfire spread, high damage output per magazine, great iron sights, and minimal ADS movement speed penalty. Now the cons are the lower DPS against unshielded targets compared to other SMGs because of the slower rate of fire, only 1 times headshot multiplier at 39 plus meters, and only 218 reserve ammo per Alternator because it is a supply care package weapon. Now everyone knows the Alternator, this thing shreds, this thing dominates. This is an S tier weapon in Season 11. And then we have everybody's favorite, the Alternator. This is the recoil pattern for the Alternator. Now take note, the reason why this gun is called the Alternator is because the gun's literally alternating bullets between each side. So once you start to get kind of mid to the clip, you see that they start alternating right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So just like with every SMG, you're going to want to hold down to start, right? And then honestly, the Alternator is very easy to control because in order to counteract these shots that are alternating to the side, all you have to do is just strafe the opposite direction. So pulling down with your shot and then left, right, left, right. Lastly, for a long time, the Prowler could only be found inside care packages as it was tremendously powerful at close range, both in full auto and in burst fire mode. Now it's back in the floor loop, but locked to its 5-shot burst mode. This is likely to put off a fair few players, but I'd urge you to spend time getting used to using the Prowler and its burst. If you can master the Prowler, this SMG can go toe-to-toe with an R99 or any other close range weapon in the game because it can do big damage fast. The main drawback with the Prowler is although it's highly effective up close, it does not really provide a lot of versatility at range. The Volt is much better from mid-range, whereas the Prowler is much better at close range. Prowler does 15 to the body, 23 to the head, 12 to the legs. Now guys, let's go over the recoil pattern for the Prowler SMG. This is the Burst Prowler's recoil pattern. Really simple with this one. You just got to hold down in order to counteract that little burst. Make the burst much tighter by just holding down. Really easy, really simple. Since we don't have the fully automatic Prowler, there's not really a lot to go over with this one. Although the Prowler can be very strong up close, it's not as versatile as some of the other SMGs, so I give it a B tier rating. Alright guys, so that does it for my ultimate weapons guide for SMGs. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed the video today. Make sure to comment down below if you want me to do this with other weapons as well. And guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Grizzy, and I'm out. Peace.